doesn't do things halfway. And following the Season 2 finale of The Mandalorian, fans are now eager to learn more about the show's future. The Mandalorian Season 2 achieved a number of remarkable feats in a year full of delays and failures in pop culture. With a thrilling, action-packed 8-episode arc, it improved on what came before. It also gave us a weekly diversion from the events of 2020, set up at least 3 spin-offs without strain from the main plot, and pulled off a jaw-dropping cameo that was even more impressive than the initial Baby Yoda reveal in the series premiere. We knew that Mandalorian could deliver on the action, and we were confident that The Mandalorian would deliver fan-favorite moments starring iconic characters. But with the Season 2 finale of the Star Wars television show, the show finally revealed its heart in a subtle, emotional way, landing with a huge gut punch that could still be felt long after the credits rolled. At first, it appeared that Moff would allow Mando to leave with Grogu, as long as he didn't touch the ominous Darksaber, which Bo-Katan was after. It did not go well for Moff when he pulled a fast one and attempted to kill Mando behind his back. Unfortunately for Bo-Katan, Mando had now rightfully won the Darksaber in combat and could not give it to her. She'd have to win the battle to be the true owner. Here's a quick aside about the Darksaber. The weapon was originally owned by Bo-Katan before being taken by Moff, and Moff explains to Mando that whoever wields the Darksaber has the power to rule Mandalore. It's crucial that Bo-Katan didn't accept the Darksaber as a gift from Mando, but rather earn it through a struggle, because the power lies in the story, not the actual saber. Since Bo-Ultimate Katan's objective is to reclaim Mandalore, the situation is a little complicated. Therefore, what follows? Is this the end of Mando and Grogu? Well, maybe for now.
A clan of 2.
During the Star Wars celebration on March 26, 2022, producers Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni revealed that The Mandalorian Season 3 will be released on February 2023. The Book of Boba Fett was actually referred to when Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy initially stated that The Mandalorian's next chapter would debut around Christmas time during Disney's 2020 Investor Day. In October 2021, The Mandalorian Season 3 production got underway, but the coronavirus pandemic has negatively impacted the progress. Reshoots were also in progress as the beginning of July 2022, as Katie Sackhoff revealed. Reshoots shouldn't necessarily be a cause for worry, but some fans were concerned that they might push back the film's release date, considering that The Mandalorian Season 3 is currently on track to premiere in February of 2023. Fans can anticipate seeing Din Djarin and Grogu return to Disney Plus in less than a year, if there is no sudden change in plans from Disney and Lucasfilm. Pedro Pascal will return as Din Djarin, the titular Mandalorian, who serves as the basis for the entire series, as it was confirmed as part of the release date announcement. It's a relief to know that Baby Yoda, who is currently in high demand, will return for more galactic exploration as well. I'm glad they were able to secure that contract. Katie Sackhoff, who portrays Bo-Katan Kryze, is one significant return that has been confirmed. She said the character has unfinished business during the Star Wars Celebration announcement panel. This ominous warning might allude to the duel that Bo-Katan and former ally Din Djarin are having over ownership of the Darksaber. Giancarlo Esposito has announced that he will return to the show as Moff Gideon in Season 3, where he will have a larger role and be even deadlier than before. Before we go any further, we wanted to let you know that it's time for you to smash that like button if you haven't done so already. Gina Carano won't be returning as Cara Dune, but Carl Weathers will be reprising his role as Greef Karga. In a fun twist, Tim Meadows and Christopher Lloyd have also been chosen for The Mandalorian Season 3 in roles that have not been revealed. The intriguing question is whether any of the characters from the various spin-offs, including Ming-Na Wen's Fennec Shan, Tamara Morrison's Boba Fett, and Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka, will also appear.
Where were you then?
The third season of The Mandalorian, which has been the subject of much speculation, is expected to have some features that set it apart from the first and second seasons. For starters, Season 3 will continue to develop the relationship between Grogu and Mando. The balance of who protects whom may shift as Grogu's relationship with the Force develops and evolves, and Grogu himself will have to make some important decisions about how to use his power. Moreover, The Mandalorian Season 3 is expected to be darker than previous installments, and several cast members have promised that the action and character beats are better and denser. It's encouraging to see that The Mandalorian Season 3 is taking the time to develop its characters and story in a deeper, more mature way, given that the Book of Boba Fett received criticism for its weak writing. Additionally, The Mandalorian Season 3 will feature the Armorer in a more active capacity than ever before. Given how much the season is expected to center on Din Djarin's return to Mandalore and his struggle to earn the respect of his people, this makes sense. Season 3 of The Mandalorian is probably going to go much further into the Mandalorian culture. Din Djarin met Bo-Katan and her Night Owls in Season 2, and he promised to help them reclaim Mandalore if they helped him find the child. In the process of defeating Moff Gideon in battle, Mando took possession of the Darksaber and unwittingly took charge of Mandalore. Din Djarin's efforts to bring together the dispersed Mandalorians are likely to be influenced by the fact that not all of them are happy to leave the Darksaber with him, as was demonstrated in the Book of Boba Fett Episode 5. Unfortunately, Din Djarin will need to train. Non-Jedi can use lightsabers, but they must practice meditative techniques that allow them to bond with the blade, and Din Djarin does not currently know any of these. The Mandalorian Season 2 finale ended with Luke Skywalker taking Grogu to train as part of his new Jedi Order, but Din Djarin couldn't accept that this was their final goodbye. He even had Beskar armor crafted for Grogu, whom he considers a foundling. Din Djarin has unfortunately paid a high price for his quest in Season 2, as the survivors of his former clan have banished him for disobeying the helmet rule. Din Djarin was even more eager to get in touch with the child and the rest of his family as a result of this. In fact, Grogu chooses the Mandalorian way over the Jedi teachings, and the two eventually cross paths again at the conclusion of the Book of Boba Fett. In addition to Mando's journey, Giancarlo Esposito and Katie Sackhoff have revealed some important details about Gideon and Bo-Katan's arcs in The Mandalorian Season 3. Gideon was imprisoned at the end of Season 2, but Esposito has hinted that his character might escape in Season 3. He has also suggested that the villain's grand scheme for the season will involve bringing together the leaders of the Empire for evil purposes. Regarding Sackhoff's Bo-Katan, her story in The Mandalorian Season 3 will explore her own personal journey of self-discovery, as well as how she interacts with Din Djarin as two different Mandalorians. The Mandalorian has continued to expand the Star Wars mythology in the best way possible, paying appropriate homage to the world that has already been established while also taking in new, exciting directions. The new season will be even more compelling if it dives deep into Mandalore society and the traditions that hold Din to his oath as Mandalorian. It will also explore an aspect of the Star Wars universe that has always fascinated me. The show, which hasn't exactly shied away from that aspect, but hasn't fully leaned into it yet, would benefit from going in a darker direction. Because of this, you need to smash that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. The Mandalorian fans should expect nothing less than a massive third season. Given the pace at which Mando's story has developed, the Mandoverse was greatly expanded in Season 2, and Din's journey, particularly his relationship with Grogu, was also worked on in more subtle ways. See you in the next video.